everybody who's here. I think that'll be it for now. So, um, showing up. Here we go. Welcome. This is Arthur Hallington, reporter for the Bumblyburg Inquisitor. All right. All right. I've been messing around with quite a few things, and yes, this is live. We are live today with Bumblyburg Inquisitor. There is 6 people total watching at this very present moment, which could change in the future. So if you've just come on, or if you're waiting, um, so glad of you to come. Today, I will be talking over quite a few things that I missed because Mr. Lunton interrupted what I was going to talk about, which is all right. I guess he can do that. He got a little mixed up. He finally found the right studio, and I hear this is a little bit inside news for all of you who may not know it, but the Larry the Cucumber and Mr. Lunt podcast will be coming out on the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales channel. That the last episode may or may not have been a promo for that, but it wasn't actually. It was an interruption. I'll have to speak to the managers about Mr. Lunt having access to my studio instead of the right one. Anyways. So if you have any questions about any of that or other things, VeggieTales, leisure, you can mention them in the chat. And I'd like to say, let's see here. I'm going to start on my notes that I have from Hello Angel Cat Official. It's great to see you here because actually that's the first thing on my list today to mention is Angel Cat Official has done quite a lot of amazing art that I was going to comment on in the episode that Mr. Lunt interrupted me in. Yes, he's done quite a few arts. And let's see here, he did he has done cat adaptions specifically of many other VeggieTales animators like Seaman Flip, and I think he did a few others, and he also did me as well, which is rather flattering. And some other news that revolves around VeggieTales. I don't know if any of you have heard this, but Lord of the Beans has just been released on Yippee TV, which is quite interesting because there was quite a few copyright issues with that episode, which many of you already know about. What most of you may not know about is that I actually was going to be in that, but unfortunately they switched. I don't know why, but they decided to switch characters or to Archie, which I guess he deserves what he got. Anyways, for some other outside news, is there any other outside news that I have? Well, I was going to comment that Seaman Flip did do VeggieTales in the 70s, which was very hilarious. That was a few weeks ago, though, so that's old news. He's released some new videos since then. And, I think I've already talked about some of the other things. So now, if you're in the chat and you're watching this, bring up a question or some scoop of information that you might have heard of, and I will be able to see it over here and comment on it. That's literally what this is supposed to be about. Today is just a live question and answer section for all of you. Let's see, I did get some information from a friend of mine that was very interesting. If I can find it, I'm looking through my notes here. Which I'm not seeing it as of yet. Well, I'm glad you were surprised to be mentioned, Angel Cat. Yes, I promised you that you would be on the show eventually. But, yes, I keep forgetting, and I keep getting information from other sources that take up time, and I totally forget that we were going to do that. And, yes, that has been it. I believe that there are going to be a couple of animations coming out on Animator 2000, this channel here, that I will be doing shortly. They'll be pretty good. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy them. Some that they'll be similar to the kind that we did recently with let's see here. Excuse me, I'm not very tech worthy as a British gentleman. I should have the other guy who owns this, should have Animator come in here. He can handle this a lot better. Just hopefully Mr. Lunt doesn't come in and interrupt this or anything. That would be a disaster. I see we have gathered quite a few people here on the live stream. That is amazing. Hello. Angel Cat just asked, what is your favorite thing about his channel? Well, I would say the cat adaptations were hilarious, especially since they're all tweaked towards specifically, a version of, let's see, what is it? A version of, football including, which is rather enjoyable. Labour Fanatic just asked how I've been doing. I've been doing quite well. I've been working on trying to catch up after Mr. Lunt interrupted me on the last show. And yes, as you can see, I'm live now, which means, well, of course I'm live, which means I've been doing quite well ever since that. Hopefully we can do this in the future with guests live, which would be rather enjoyable, but as of yet that is rather a bit out of my jurisdiction, since I am not the tech person. And I did not set it up this way. Anyways. Yes, I would like to also comment on some VeggieTales animators that you may know about, or that you may not know about, that have done extremely, amazing jobs with animation, but not only that, just humor. So we're going to go down a list of some animators based on quality, and then based on humor. Oh, I did not know that. Glamrock version of my own character, which is very interesting, from Angel Cat Official Studio, so go check out that channel. He's commenting in the comments, so you can see that, but I will also link this in the description afterwards. I'll go in and edit it, so if you're watching this after the live event, which would just be sad. Alright, let's see here. On my what I was going to talk about with animators, VeggieTales animators on YouTube, I was going to rank them based on quality. So we're going to start with quality and originality based on the show. So originality from the character or show. First originality is to the show, and I'm going to give this to Natiga Dario and his channel. He's done a very good job of keeping the characters original looking and original sounding. Very, very straightforward, which is enjoyable. And the other thing I'm going to comment on is Pixar Fan 8695. His animations also very, very original, especially his recent one, which is the French Peas interrupting the Joine film, bootlegging it. It's hilarious, very classic, but he's uploaded quite a few other animations since then, like the Cheese-Headed Bean Boy debut, but with a twist, rather hilarious. I'm curious if Cheese-Headed Bean Boy would like to be on this show, but I'm pretty sure he would say something like, "Hello, I'm a cheese-crowned bean boy." I mean, cheese-headed bean boy, as he says. Anyways, let's see. Next on the list for animators would be high quality but humorous and not original to VeggieTales would be Seaman Flip, of course, because his animations are very well done, but he likes to make more original things, which is very good. I enjoy that. Along with that is Cosmic Veggies or Cosmic Toons. They're both very good channels that I enjoy, with very good animations. They're not as original as some of the others, maybe, and that it's just classic humor. Alright, let's see. Who else? Next thing would be humor, but less in the animation quality. Of course, I'm going to mention myself in this area because I'm not an expert in it, or I should say, Animator isn't. As you know, I'm Arthur Hallington, not Animator 2000. Anyways, even though I'm using his chat, never mind. I won't go into any of that. We'll talk about fan history about myself and this channel later. We'll go on with this. I'll be in that community for humor and less of quality, but more humor. And I'd also say that Mr. Vegify is in this group, maybe a little bit more quality, quite a bit of humor. He recently released a video called Plunger Man, a Vegify Studios film, which was very good. It was the longest I've seen of an animation. It was amazing. Well, there's longer, but by him, the longest. It was amazing. Very well done. It gave amazing vibes. You go check that out on Mr. Vegify's YouTube channel. Yes, next on the list for mentions, because that is my thing, specifically for this, would be... Let's see. Did it blank on me? I think it did. Yes, there's a few others. What a Recorder Buddy is the other one that I was going to mention. Yes, he is higher animation quality, closer to Seaman Flip, very good. The humor, it's fairly good as well. You go check him out as well. Also, let's see, there's some other channels like 321 Blender. He does some pretty good animations. I paused there, sorry for a second, to read the chat. Angel Cat Official asked if he was on the list. Yes, definitely. I had to mention the best for the last, and also because I've mentioned you already. Let's see here really quick. I got notified from a friend of mine who happens to run a channel that is very large, and many of you probably known of it. It's called the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales channel. And the notification is that we will be having Season 2 come out soon of the VeggieTales, Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales podcast. Season 2 will be coming out soon, which will be exciting to hear. Very exciting, I would say. And or Season 3, now that I'm looking at it. I think he's going for Season 3 is coming out then. Well, also, the Mr. Lunt and Larry podcast is coming out then as well. And I may or may not be a guest in one of those podcasts. Also, before we end this live stream, because there's only so long that I can stand here, or sit here, that is, and talk about animators like Angel Cat Official, or Seaman Flip, or Animator 2000, or myself, or talk about film history, or other VeggieTales fandom. I do need news, and since this is live, I'm giving you my updates from the previous episodes, and the episode that you missed was going to be a rather short one, so that is all caught up. Also, let's see here. I'm deciding to do less of these, add more animations on this channel eventually, because the more animations there are, the higher the enjoyment is with the audience. I've been listening to all of you who've been listening to my episodes, what you're saying on the comments, as well as the likes and all of those views that you're giving me. Or giving yourself, watching the hilariousness that I've been putting out. You enjoy animations much far better than my Bumblyburg Inquisitors, which is alright. They're not that high quality. I would say that the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales podcast is very high quality and much more enjoyable, and he covers most of everything that I said. For instance, I was going to mention that Lord of the Beans was put on Yippee, and he did that as well. He's been doing more of that type of updates recently, so I suppose that means that I will be doing more animations, unless you fellows enjoy this live event. Then this will not be, or these episodes, not necessarily live events, as long as you enjoy them. We'll see how far they go. Ah, yes. I'm reading the comments here. Ladyboy Fanatic said that she did another podcast episode with the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales podcast with John Bostic. Sounds amazing. I've talked with him. He was actually on this. He was on the Bumblyburg Inquisitor episode 3 or 2. I forgot which episode. And you'll probably remember that. And yes, he's a very fun, enjoyable person to talk with. I was hoping to have him live this afternoon. Well, thank you for saying that. I'm glad you enjoy Bumblyburg Inquisitor, Larryboy Fanatic. I hope there's more of you that enjoy it as well. And also, it's rather fun to go live with this, just to try it out. In the future, we may do live animations. We'll see how that goes. So, quick question for all of you viewers: Would you prefer? Let's see. What was it? What is your favorite silly song, or episode? So say one or the other, not both, because we'll just do this to go down, and it'll add a conversation to this. Because if I had people on this live in person, I would have you all be doing these kinds of questions. So we'll dive right in with that. Thank you, Andrew, for that compliment. Yes, I would agree on the talented news Inquisitor. Well, I wouldn't. The Inquisitor part, I skip on. The name for this was not my idea. It was given to me by the city of Bumblyburg because, I replaced Annie Onion. Not Annie Onion. She's fine. Adele Pepper. How did I mix those two up? Anyways, yes, I've replaced her, and so I've taken over the Bumblyburg Inquisitor. I don't believe I would have preferred a different name. Preferably, as you know, London Post-Gazette or something to that effect, because I prefer that. I prefer the preferences of preferring. Are you confused yet? Back to my question, before we get sidetracked again. What is your favorite VeggieTales episode or song? Favorite VeggieTales episode, non-Larryboy related, is Where's God When I'm Scared? That is a great episode, Larryboy Fanatic. Indeed, it is a very good one. I enjoy that early animation style. It's unique and special in and of itself, which makes it enjoyable to watch. Yes, for me, I'd have to say, though, my favorite episode would have to be the first one that I cameoed in, which would happen to be God Wants Me to Forgive Them. Yes, you heard that right. Well, wrong. Let me see here. The first one I was in, this was quite a few years ago, the first Big Idea production I was in happened to be the very first episode ever, and I showed up once, and as you all know, there was an animation released about my history, which proved that I am the one vegetable character that does not show up that often. Hello, Mr. Vegify, welcome to the live stream. Belly Button Song. That is a very good, silly song. I do enjoy it. It's rather hilarious. I see we're gathering all of the classic animators here. I don't know if, Mr. Vegify, you were here earlier to hear it, but I did mention your channel and talked about the amazing animations you do, and your recent release of Plunger Man was a great show indeed. Good, jolly good show, as my brother would say. Anyways... My very first episode, when I did the introduction for the silly song, was amazing, and I rather enjoyed it. But, of course, there's... Yes, anyways, I won't go into my history about that. Let's see here. You see... This is rather difficult here. I really would prefer having meet in person and doing paper, but, the world is getting more and more modern, so here goes a live stream, or here goes a digital newscast virtually, and now we're into a live stream. So this is out of my element if anybody hasn't noticed yet as reporter. Yes, I am almost at 300 subscribers. Mr. Vetify just said that, which is amazing. I am so glad and thankful for all of you who have subscribed and or have, shared my videos or enjoyed them. I'm very glad you all have. The support is amazing. We're so close. We are one away. So if you have friends who would enjoy the videos, I'm just going to promo plug myself here. Promo plug, I believe that's how they say it. Um, just share this live event with your friends, or share any of your favorite videos from me with your friends. Convince them to subscribe to my channel. That way we can hit 300. That would be really enjoyable. It would be a great way to end this live event with 300 subscribers. I should have changed it. Arthur Hallington and Animator 2000 watching the tick over to 1 or 300. Angel Cat, my favorite VeggieTales silly song is obviously the Water Buffalo song. Yes, that is a very good one. That's the one, the beginning. And was the person who did the intro for that. Many people think it's Archibald or Scallion 1. No, it's me, Arthur Hallington, reporter for the Bumblyburg Inquisitor, or previously known reporter for the London Post-Gazette, yes. And I would like to say I'd like to hold fast this title. I've heard some people argue about it, but no, I'm the one who owns it. Just listen to this. See if you believe me. And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song. So without further ado, Silly Songs with Larry. See? I'm pretty sure nobody can compete with that. But if you can, let me know. I'm pretty sure that I hold the grounds for that, but we'll go with that anyways. So, let's see here. Sorry about the silence, everybody. All four of you on here. I did not mean to leave you hanging like that for a second. I was just getting a little gulp of water there. Alright, let's see. Now, in previous episodes, I usually will talk about latest news going on in the VeggieTales community, and then I will go on and do another section talking about another section specifically talking over just the latest things that have been happening with VeggieTales in particular, and other things like who was it? The I'm trying to remember the name of it. Very veggie silly stories. That's it. It's a tongue twister. Sounds veggie-ish, but not quite there. It's yeah. So I would mention that in the past, and I'd like to say that I believe that there's about 2,000 dislikes on the trailer for that podcast on the VeggieTales official. That is a lot of dislikes. I heard that from somebody. I'm pretty sure that's official. That's a lot of dislikes, and I'd like to say keep up the good work. Those are imposters, definitely not original voice actors. I'm pretty sure all of you agree with me that those podcasts from NBCU and other large corporations are not good at all. They're very scandalous and terrible. You can quote me on that if you like, even though I'm a news character. Recently created a brand new series called Veggie. That is great news, and it will be said here because why not? Angel Cat Official just said that they have created a recently new series called Veggie Trollage. Veggie Trollage. Did I say that correct? I think I did. I'm Trollage. Not quite certain. But yes, that I see that here in the chat from Angel Cat Official. That is great news to hear. Sounds enjoyable. Pretty sure you get a lot for that. It's based off of all the Trollage incident videos. Oh, that is hilarious. Alright, I'm pretty sure those are funny. Alright, we'll move on here and continue to talk about VeggieTales news. I do know that lots of people have, in different communities, did not know that the VeggieTales show was around, which is interesting because it's been around since, 2019, I believe, was the first few episodes being released on Yippee. And people just now are finding that out, which is sad because they're saying that VeggieTales is back now, even though it was back previously and now it's gone again. They're just getting the memo, even though the memo's gone already, which is very sad. Very sad indeed. Hello, yes? Hang on a second, somebody's at the door of the studio, let me... what are you doing in here again? No, I'm in a live stream right now, you have to get out. Did you really? Sorry, everybody. Mr. Lunt needs to grab something. He left something in the studio last time he was here, so he might make... I don't know. What are you doing? Don't bump the microphone. I'm not trying to bump the microphone. You're the one who stole the studio. I did not steal this studio. Mr. Lunt, this is my studio. I work here, Bumblyburg Inquisitor. You're down the hall. You're on the ultimate unofficial VeggieTales channel. Down the hall of a ways. Like 500 stores down that way. 500. Do you think I'm gonna walk 500 stories down? I said doors down. You know, each door is a different... Never mind. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Lunt, the one and only. Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Lunt. You may already know me. I'm sorry, I've just bumped into this live stream. I didn't mean to at all. I was just trying to grab something. I think I'll get out now because I can't hear anybody. They're not talking back to you. They're on a chat. Look here, let me up. See this? It's called live chat. And here you can see all the people's comments, what they've been saying on the video. Oh. Who just said That doesn't even make sense. Thank you, Larry Boy Fanatic. Fanatical Larry Boy. What? Larry Boy's not that big. What about Escape? Escape's a lot better. Agree with, Escape is a lot greater than Larry Boy. Guaranteed. Alright, let's not get into an argument here. Why don't you get on your way now that you've found your donut? Right. By the way, Arthur, next podcast with Larry and I, we were wondering if you wanted to be a guest on the show. Why are you asking me now? I'm in the middle of a live stream. Just can you go already? What? Are you trying to kick me out again? Yes, especially since it's live. Oh, okay. Wait. I'll talk to you later. Well, sorry everybody about that. That was... Anyways, yes, that did not mean to happen. Or maybe it did, I'm not sure. Alright, maybe he planned that, I don't know. Mr. Lunt is an enjoyable character, indeed. I hope to see him in the future. And, yes, that may or may not be a tip to say that I will possibly be on the Larry and Lunt podcast in the future. I don't know, we'll find out if my reply is responded by UUVC. By the way, that's short for Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales Channel. Alright, so I believe I've covered everything here today. I was really hoping that some other people would show up on this live stream. But I don't see any of them yet. Oh, hello, John Bostic. There you are. I was waiting for you and a few other people. And he just asked if I could talk about one of his latest drawings. Yes, of course I can, because that'll give me something to talk about. Alright, here we go. Let's go down here. You've done quite a few VeggieTales. Now it looks like he's doing some of the other VeggieTales off stuff, like how to draw VeggieTales episodes and Let Us Love One Another and a few of the other other things. Yes, the great drawings. John Bostic is an expert artist indeed, and you can go check those out at John Bostic's website. And yes, if you're wondering, Animator 2000 did create his new model, his new avatar. Do not worry, he did not steal it. He was the one who asked to have it drawn for him, or done for him. It was digitally drawn. And yes, there is a video that goes with that. It's called Larry as Augustin Madrigal, from that movie that Disney came out with recently, like the last few months. Yes, it's a hilarious video. You can go check it out on Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales. Well, what am I saying? On Animated 2000, sorry. Long day. And you can check out awesome art at John Bostic. Alright. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, wow. The Meddling Inquisitor. I hope that does not include myself. I do not mean to meddle. I do mean to become a reporter and get to the bottom of things and discover stuff behind things. Although I don't get to find out much behind any latest news in the VeggieTales multiverse with Larry Boy, Junior Boy, and so on. Which, I was hoping Junior Boy would show up today, but I'm guessing he's off fighting the Fib or something. Which is interesting enough, because you'd expect the Fib would, probably just decide to just leave at this point. He's been beaten 3 or 4 times already. I'm surprised he's still in. So yes, that is rather interesting. Excuse me just one moment. I was going to ask you fellows a question, all of you who are listening, of my channel. What do you think of impressions? There's a section on Animated 2000 called Impressions. I believe there's 3 impressions I've done so far, of different characters that have done fairly well and other ways. And I was curious of what you all think of the impressions. I've gathered from all the comments that you enjoy them very much, and I was wondering if you would like to see more of those over animations, or if you'd prefer to see animations more. I do not have 500 subscribers, so I do not have the ability of polls or updates, or else I would have said in advance that I was going live today, which I was planning on doing a few weeks ago, actually, but I didn't end up doing it then, so I started it now. I see. John Bostic, so you were live, or you were on the podcast with Labor Fanatic. Thank you, Entercat. Yes, the impressions are enjoyable. I very much like them, including the one that I'm doing right now. Rest assured that I will be able to hopefully blend those with animations soon and do impressions including animations, which I'm pretty sure all of you would really enjoy over some of the other things. Yes, collaborating with the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales channel is very enjoyable, and the podcast when we do impressions does turn out incredible. I do agree with that. They're very fun to go in and just knock 'em dead, as some would say, with incredible voices. Alright, let's see here. What was I talking about before that? Sorry, it's been a long day in the studio, so I've forgot a few things. But that's okay. To say the least, I'm glad that all of you were here to show up so quickly. I was worried that this live stream wouldn't have worked out as well as it did, which is, I'm glad it turned out good in the end. Let's see. How many of us are on here? 4 of us are watching, which is rather amazing. Let's see. Mr. Arthur, what were some of your favorite VeggieTales videos? My favorite VeggieTales videos, as in episodes from the show, or videos done by animators like Animan 2000 or others, like Seaman Flip and such. Because if you're going to ask my favorite of those, it's definitely the French peas bootlegging. Despite the fact that he had to use French peas instead of getting Archibald in there or something. I don't know what his problem was, or what the obsession is with French peas, but apparently they are something. My favorite VeggieTales episode would definitely have to be the one that I starred in. I like all of the ones I've done a cameo in, every single introduction to a VeggieTales silly song, and definitely, specifically, which one would that be? The Biscuit of Zazamaranda was done in, I forgot, in the episode, I believe, Pistachio, which was rather enjoyable because that was one of the shows that alluded that I was the one doing the voices, not my brother, Archibald, but it was myself when Larry and him are confused about the voices. It's hilarious. By the way, I don't know if many of you know this, but I was actually met by Larry in it was, I believe, an anniversary of Burger Bell, and they were selling, they were doing a large anniversary, like a 10th anniversary or whatever, of Burger Bell, and they had a whole VeggieTales theme set up, of course, because Burger Bell is from VeggieTales as a franchise, and I was there, and I was doing my reporting on the scene, because, of course, the London Post-Gazette's going to get everything, and I met Larry, and he said, you look like you have a good voice and a good acting. Aren't you related to Archibald? And I said, yes, I am. And so from there, it just kicked off, and I've been with the VeggieTales franchise since, but I was recently fired, as Mr. Lunt alluded to. Rather unfortunate. Yes, I do agree, John Bostick. Bow ties are incredible, especially brown ones. Red is okay, but brown, I prefer brown over red. Maybe a little bit prejudice. Anyways, not to babble on about the old history times of VeggieTales and or fandom, I'd like to say that the Bumblyburg Inquisitor has gone through quite a few episodes. Yes, they're short. This would technically be episode 8 if I was going to put an episode number on this, which is amazing, because when I started this, I did not know how far it would go. As you can see, it went pretty far. It's not as far as some things that doesn't have over 30 episodes, but it will be pretty good when it goes that far. Alright, well, I believe I have a few more things to do this afternoon in the studio before it gets later, so it's been about an hour on this, I believe. Haven't been keeping track. 40 minutes. It's been 40 minutes. That is a perfect time to end this show. So if you missed this and you're listening to it and you actually made it this far in the Bumblyburg Inquisitor live event, even though you weren't here live, congratulations. And for all of you who are listening right now, I'm really glad that you made it to the live event, and I will be doing this in the future, and hopefully I'll have 500 subscribers by the time I do it again. That way you'll be alerted of when I do it, instead of I'll be able to give some community posts about it beforehand. That way everybody knows. It won't be on the spur of the moment. I was going to talk about the episode that Mr. Lunton interrupted, but of course I wasn't able to. So that is all for now. This has been Arthur Hallington, reporter for the Bumblyburg Inquisitor. Oh yes, before I sign off, I would like to show all of you something rather exciting that happened just a few moments ago. So let me adjust something rather fastly here. direct yourself to the screen right here. This is a monumental moment. Congratulations to whoever is subscriber number 300. I wish I could give you something special, but, you know, yes. So, Animated 2000, 300 subscribers during this live stream. Congratulations to whoever subscribed, the 300 subscriber. You are now the 300th subscriber. Thank you, all of you who are listening. There's like 6 of you, but your support is amazing, and all of the others who are watching this later. I'm so glad this channel has grown to this height. I hope we can go further, and I will hopefully have more You see, there's the difference between my brother and I. I fumble a little bit more. I hope to be on again. We will all see you next time. Let's see. Question from Angel Cat Official. He said that he had a question. Let me look back in the question. I do not see the question. Well, that's all right. I hope to see you all next time, and I hope that these live events will continue, and I'm pretty sure that Mr. Lunt will continue to interrupt my show, because that sounds like something he will do. I don't think it's going away anytime soon. As for this has been Arthur Hallington, reporter for the Bumblyburg Inquisitor. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a blessed day.